Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are and what time of day it is when you watch this video. My name is Z, and welcome back to my gaming corner. In this, the part 3 of our special 4-part series on the Lunar Festival in World of Warcraft, we are at Ratchet, where we ended up in our last episode. We're running down the dock, and we're going to board that ship, and we're going to go directly to Booty Bay. Whether you are on Horde or whether you were on Alliance, it does not matter. The route through the Eastern Kingdoms is the very same. Now, while Kalimdor has 2 zones next to each other for the width of the whole continent, the Eastern Kingdom has 3 zones, sometimes 4 zones, spanning the width of the continent. So we can't fly a big circle around Eastern Kingdoms. We have to zigzag our way up the entire coast. Like you go back and forth, zigzagging your way north all the way to the north. Now, let me give you a heads up. There are 2 sets of outliers that are not near any other Elder. They are the one in Westfall, Stormwind, and what's it called? Goldshire. Those 3 Elders are not near any other Elder. Those 3 are outliers. In addition, the final 3 Elders, Brill, Undercity, and the Sepulchre, are not near any other Elders. So there's outliers at the beginning and outliers at the end, and we're going to get the outliers at the beginning and at the very end. So we're going to get the first outlier at the very, very beginning, and then the last outliers at the very, very end. As we get to Booty Bay, you want to be on your mount, you want to fly out here. I'm going to bring up my UI. The Elder is sitting on top of this building on the south side of Booty Bay, and I have to get my cursor up here to talk to him. It's so annoying. All right, we got 50 coins of ancestry. If you were doing the run with me, you'll get the same achievement at the same place. All right, since it's daytime, you can't even see the light beam, but at nighttime, there is a tiny beam of light right there. That is Westfall. We're going to fly towards that, and because it is the morning, it's all bathed in the morning light of the sunrise, which is kind of annoying. We're going to fly way, way up, and you're going to see all the detail that I can see because my view distance is set to 10. So, this cliff right here, that cliff right there that my cursor is going over, that is the western edge of Dune Moreau, where the dwarf starting zone is, and you can even see Blackrock Mountain over there. We're going to fly all the way up to Westfall. Yes, I know there's an Elder in northern Stranglethorn. I know, we're going to get him too. We're just going to get all the outliers first. So first stop after getting the one in Booty Bay where you arrive on the ship is to fly all the way up to Westfall. You can kind of start to see the pillar of light, but it's so subtle. It's right, my left wing covers it when he flaps up. You can kind of see it, but it's kind of blurred and blends right into the morning light of the sunrise. Welcome to morning in Azeroth at 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to put this cursor down in the lower right corner where it's out of my way so I don't see it as much. But there, as we get closer, you can kind of start to see the debris, and as the colors shift, there you go. Now you can see the pillar of light. Now it kind of looks like it does at nighttime, and you can actually see that from Booty Bay. All right, you want to aim for the western edge of Dune Moreau, and that will put you on the correct trajectory for Sentinel Hill. And this is going to be a hairy, scary one because I'm a Horde character going into Alliance lands. Oh god, oh god, oh god, right? All right, as we crest the zone border between Stranglethorn and Westfall, you will see Sentinel Hill directly below my character. The Elder is standing on top of that tower in the center of town. We're going to land on the parapet and talk to him and pray we don't get shot down and killed because, ugh, right? I'm going to very carefully land right here on the parapet. Oh god. Talk to the Elder. I can feel the aggro coming in. Oh god, get out of here. Okay, you can actually see Stormwind Keep from Westfall. Look at that. This building, that little tower right there, that is Stormwind Keep, and this little V in the mountain is where the gates of Stormwind is. So just point yourself at Stormwind Keep and fly towards Stormwind. The Elder for Stormwind is actually outside the gates of Stormwind. You don't have to go into the city to get the Elder if you're on the Horde. And if you're on the Alliance, it's just outside the front gates. But either way, the route is the same, both Horde and Alliance, because we started the same place, because we ended Kalimdor at Ratchet. That's why we do Kalimdor first, before we do Eastern Kingdoms. You can actually see the two small towers of the Gates of Stormwind. You want to start angling down towards the ground right now. So as we get past this first set of trees, you want to land on the ground, turn to the right, and you will see the Elder standing underneath this Night Elfin gate. Go up and talk to him very carefully. We don't need to aggro the guards. Get your point of ancestry. Now, turn to the right and you're going to see two blue houses. Keep them both on your right. Fly past them, make them up to each other on the right, and you will then see a pond. Fly towards the pond, and there's the next Elder right behind the blacksmith shop. See, there's Goldshire and the blacksmith shop. Once you have those three Elders, you're going to fly up above the canopy, look towards the Twilight Grove. It's that big tree right there. Keep the Twilight Grove to your left, and we're going to fly straight down to Zul'Garub, or Zul'Garub, however you want to pronounce it. And the Elder is right in front of the entrance to Zul'Garub. Because it's the Gurubashi, so Garub, so Zul'Garub. That's where we're going now, is Zul'Garub. But yeah, Goldshire Elder is closer to the Zul'Garub Elder than Booty Bay is to Zul'Garub. It's weird. So it's actually, this is the quickest way and the most efficient way to do the Elders of the Eastern Kingdoms. It's taken me years and years and years to figure all this out, and it took me a whole week to perfect it so I could do this video for you. And for the last few days, I've been practicing what I would say, how I would say it, do this, keep it on your shoulder, keep this one on your shoulder. Yeah, I've just been practicing for the last couple days to record this video series. Like I said previously, I wish I could do it through Gamecaster, because Gamecaster runs much better than Broadcaster. Broadcaster is such a pain in the butt to use. I don't like using it. But I do what I have to do to record WoW, because Gamecaster won't work in WoW anymore. It'll still record PSO, but it won't record WoW. It's so weird. Alright, as we enter Northern Stranglethorn, you will see the gates of Zul'Garub. There it is. The structure on the left is Zul'Garub. We're going to fly right through the gates underneath the portcullis. And then right over here on the right is our next Elder. Now, after you get this Elder, go climb above the canopy and fly due east. Make sure your arrow is pointing to the right. To fly due east, fly above the canopy. You don't want to fly through the canopy. And you're going to fly over to the Dark Portal. Now, I won't know if I'm in the proper phase until I get to the Blasted Lands. But because of where we enter the Blasted Lands, it's the same distance to the Black Portal as it is to Zydormi, so we can go either way as soon as we get to the Blasted Lands. But I'll know pretty quickly, because it's a picture that looks like a clock at the top of the screen. And since I don't have the clock when I fly over to the Dark Portal, you'll see that the portal is red instead of green, so we have to go talk to Zydormi first. See, it looks green now. You see that little green tint in the portal, but as I get closer to it, I think it's going to turn red. Yep, see, it turns red. So we have to fly to the north and talk to Zydormi. Zydormi is that peach bubble right there at the top of the map. That's where Zydormi is. So we have to go fly up to Zydormi. It's so annoying. But I promise you, this is the last time we have to talk to Zydormi to change the phase from past to the present or present to the past. Alright, here is Zydormi. Oh, come on. Give me my cursor. There we go. Show me the Blasted Lands before the Iron Horde invasion. I'm going to move my cursor down and now fly over to the Dark Portal properly. You see those purple lightning strikes? That's the dark portal. And there's this big giant hill right in front of it. There we go. Now you can see the dark portal is right below my character. Yep, there it is. Now the portal is green. Now we can get the Elder at the dark portal. And I have to move my cursor over to talk to this Elder. So annoying. Okay, now that we have this Elder, fly up, and you're going to look for Netherguard Keep. It's due north of the Dark Portal. You want to fly towards Netherguard Keep. You're going to fly right over the top of the keep and into the Swamp of Sorrows, because our next Elder is inside the Temple of Atal Hakar, also known as Sunken Temple. But yeah, you just fly right over the top of Netherguard Keep. There it is. And as you cross the zone border between the Blasted Lands and the Swamp of Sorrows, flying northeast, you will end up at Sunken Temple, also known as the Temple of Atal Hakar. See, there it is. Alright, you're going to get dismounted as you enter the temple. You're going to go down these stairs. You're going to do a 180. Go down these stairs. Do another 180. And go down these stairs into the water. You have to swim under the water through this doorway to get to the other side, where you can then find the entrance to the dungeon of the Sunken Temple. It'll come up on screen as the Temple of Atal Hakar, but it's Sunken Temple. So yeah, just swim over to these stairs and then go down this hallway and turn to the right. And sometimes when you come through this room, there's a rare monster here on the right side, but not right now and not today. Oh well, too bad. Alright, I'm going to reset the recount. When you enter the Temple of Atal Hakar, you want to hug the left wall. That way you can get through this place without aggroing anybody. And then turn to the hard left. Keep hugging the left wall, and the Elder is right over here. And we're going to leave the exact way we came. We're now going to hug the right wall. Oh, that Dragonoid might be getting too close to us. I don't want to aggro anything. Okay, good. Whew. Whew. I'm going to move my cursor to the lower right corner of the screen again because I don't want it bugging me in the middle of the screen. All right. And then as you jump into the water, you have to swim through the tunnel and the doorway right there and then up the stairs. Alright, and then just go up 3 flights of stairs. There's the first flight of stairs, turn to 180. There's the second flight of stairs. Turn 180 again, and here is the third flight of stairs that leads us to the exit. We can now mount up. We are now going to go to Burning Steps. There are no elders in Duskwood nor Red Ridge Mountains. For some odd reason, there are just no elders in those two zones. So as you leave the Swamp of Sorrows. Do you see this ginormous peak right here? It just juts up higher than everything else on this mountain range. You want to aim for the right side of that, keeping that big giant peak on your left, on your character's left shoulder, so it's to the left of you. And you want to fly into Red Ridge Mountains, keeping that big giant set of peaks on your left. Alright, as you enter Red Ridge Mountains, you'll actually be able to see the road. This is the road that connects Burning Steps with the Swamp of Sorrows. It goes right over the top of Red Ridge Mountains. You want to aim for just to the, aim for just to the left of where that road turns and goes into Burning Steps. And this is the proper trajectory for Dreadmaw Rock, which is where we find our next Elder. So we're now making the transition into the Burning Steps. And as we cross this final hill and look down, check it out, it is Dreadmaw Rock and the site of our next Elder. Bring my cursor over and talk to him. Alright, when you get that Elder, you want to scan the environment and you're looking for this ramp right here, right above my character, that goes up into Flamecrest. You need to fly towards that ramp because the Elder is just beyond it. I have skipped this Elder multiple times. There was once when I skipped the Elder at Kelthrill and this Elder, and I get to the end, it's like, wait, I'm missing 2 Elders, what the fuck? But yeah, make sure you get the Elder here at Flamecrest too. 2 meaning also, not the number 2, or the 2 meaning I'm going to somewhere, right? Oh my gosh, give me the cursor. There we go. Get our next point of ancestry. And now we just fly due west out of the Flamescar Post, and we fly over to the bridge. You can see the bridge right there that leads into Blackrock Mountain. We're now going to do the 2 Elders inside Blackrock Mountain. One is inside Lower Blackrock Spire. The other one is inside Blackrock Depths. They're both really close to the entrances. So we're just going to go inside Blackrock Mountain really fast, get those 2 Elders, and then get the hell out of the mountain. So here is the entrance to Blackrock Mountain. Go inside, turn to the left, go around this corridor. As you enter the center of the mountain, look down, and you will see the entrance to Blackrock Depths. Go over here, and there's a doorway right there hidden in the wall. Come in here and go through the grinding quarry to get to Blackrock Depths. If you're really lucky, there'll be a rare troll wandering around where you can kill him and get the Vileren Slicer Transmog, but it doesn't look like he's up. Oh, he is up. There he is. Look at that. The Behemoth. Kill him, and you loot him, and you get the Vileren Slicer. Always. And then once you kill him, turn to the right and go down this long corridor into Blackrock Depths. Do your best to avoid the Dark Iron Dwarves that are wandering around and patrolling. They go back and forth and back and forth. They change directions without any notice. Try to avoid them. We're not here to kill trash or mobs. We're here to get the Elders. And right here at the end of this tunnel on the right is the entrance into Blackrock Depths. We're going to reset key recount. As soon as you enter, just walk forward, staying equidistant between the 2 dwarves right here. Otherwise they will aggro, or in my case they will still aggro. Go figure. And just keep heading straight all the way down to that tunnel way at the end. And that's going to be the Ring of Law, and we're going to turn left into the actual Ring of Law. We're going to the Halls of Law, and we're going to turn left into the Ring of Law. I think these two are going to aggro on us too. Nope, they're not. Cool. So here's the halls of the law, and then right here on the left, when you see that torch, turn to the left and go into the ring of law, and the elder is right in the center of the ring of law. And then just walk right on out. And there is our exit portal. It sucks we can't mount up in here. It's like our mounts are all grayed out. We can't mount up in here. It's so annoying. Alright, let me get my cursor back over here where it belongs so it's not in my way. And again, as you leave, do your best to avoid the stupid dwarves because they're a pain in the butt. And they change direction at random times and go in random places, and it's just like, you don't know if they're going to aggro on you or not. Just do your best to stay away from them. Once you get past this little wagon over here, you're going to turn to the left and go right between that big block of stone on the left and this torch. And this will take you back to the entrance. See, there's the entrance right there. Alright, once we go up these stairs and out this door, we can now mount up. We're now going to go into Lower Blackrock Spire. From this vantage point, turn hard to the left, and you're going to look for the blue window. There's going to be fire below it and above it, but this window right here is bathed in blue light. You can see the blue light right there. Go in here, go up this ramp into Blackrock Spire. You're going to get dismounted, and then go down the ramp, veer to the right, and you will see the portal into Lower Blackrock Spire. This place can be confusing. That's why it's so helpful that the Elder is right near the beginning. We are once again going to reset recount because we don't need it. Alright, when you first enter, go down this ramp and then turn immediately to the left, go through this very dark room, turn left again, and then immediately to the right. You'll see a lantern right there. Avoid all the trash that you can. We might have to defeat the last two sets of trash, one before and one after the bridge, but the rest of the trash we can just skip. If I'm lucky enough and can walk directly between those two groups, I won't aggro any of them. But that's a pipe dream, right? Oh, I did it. Oh, ho, ho, lucky me. Once you cross the bridge, hug the left wall as best you can. Oh my gosh. Okay, once you have that Elder, turn around, hug the right wall as best you can, and then you have to walk at an angle to get directly between these two groups. Hopefully I don't aggro anybody. Ah, fuck it. Just drag them over to my consecration and they'll all die. Okay, now we can walk up the ramp and we can walk out. So when you enter this dark room, take a sharp left, and then a sharp right, and a sharp right again, and you will see the exit portal. Alright, now that Blackrock Mountain is done, we can continue on and work towards the Great Continental Divide. Alright, once you get out to the molten span, you can mount up. And you see that water, that lava flow right there? Turn to the right of that, and you will see a portcullis in the wall. There it is. Follow that portcullis out, and you will be exiting on the north end into Searing Gorge. Turn hard to the left when you exit, and fly right over the top of this white rock, and you'll be at Black Char Cave, where the next elder is located. Ugh, I have to get my cursor over there. There we go. Okay, when you leave this elder, turn to the right and look for this split in this rock up here. Fly directly between the split and level out, and you will see the mountain where Ironforge is. But keep that mountain to your right, because you need to visit Keranos first before we go into Ironforge as a Horde character. Now, going into Ironforge on a level 47 is going to be hairy fucking scary. I'm going to show you how to do it to avoid all the flying guards, all the wandering guards, all the patrols, everywhere. You can actually fly directly to the Elder and stay not near the ceiling the entire way. It's so cool, but if the guards catch you, you're fucked. Alright, pass by this little mountain right here, and you will be able to see Keranos. See, there's the road leading to Keranos, and there's my wing on the left side just touches the left building. This is going to be hairy scary because there's going to be guards right near the Elder, so we're going to inch closer and closer. So land on this roof, go to the other side and turn to the left, and you will see the Elder right there. I'm just going to use my cursor very carefully. I'm going to walk forward. Shit, they're coming after me. We're going to get our Elder, and we're just going to fly away. Alright, aim your character towards gates of Ironforge. Here's how you infiltrate Ironforge as a Horde player. If you're on the Alliance, you can just fly right on in, no worries. But as a Horde, we have to take precautions going underground into Ironforge. Now, at the bottom of the or I should say at the top of the opening of that gate, where the top of where the bottom of the portcullis is, there are two triangle-shaped slats you can fly through. They're high enough that you won't aggro the guards below you. So just fly right through these slats and then high up to the ceiling, and there's a hole in the wall right above the statue of the dwarf, and there is a guard that flies in a big square. There's the guard. As soon as he crosses in front of you, you can fly down this hallway, hug the left wall, and hug the ceiling as best you can. There's the guard flying down the hall. You want to try and avoid that guard too. And there's another guard coming in. We're going to let him fly past. Oh, look at that. You can kind of see outside the mountain. It's kind of weird, right? Let those two pass, and then you can fly inside the Mystic Square and fly all the way to the ceiling. You want to land on this building over here, and you're looking for the patrols. If you land on this lower part of the building, if they're a flying patrol, they could catch you. If the patrols look good, there's no dwarves down there, fly down and grab the Elder with your cursor. You got to be quick about it because these patrols are insidious. Elder of the Alliance is now done, and now get the hell out of Ironforge. Hug the right wall, hug the ceiling. There could be patrols anywhere. You don't know where they're going to be. And when you get to this part, fly through this hole and down through the slats, and then fly all the way up. Get away from the guards and point your character due east. You see this peak. Oh, let me show you. You see that peak right there? You want to have that peak on your right as you travel past it, because you want to be flying directly towards the Twilight Tower where the Bastion of Twilight is. You can see it coming into view right now. You want to be flying kind of towards that because our next Elder is at I can't even pronounce it, Thesamar. The next Elder is at Thesamar. So have this big tall mountain on your right, and the next two peaks, there's this peak right there and the peak right behind it. Make sure that second peak right behind it is on your right, and then when you go down towards the ground towards Thesamar, you will find the Elder overlooking the city, or the township, I guess. Pass by these pine trees, and as you angle down, you will see Thesamar, and you'll see a gold deciduous tree coming into view. It's right by the right of my character. That little gold deciduous tree right there. The Elder is standing right next to the tree. See, there he is. Alright, we now want to angle ourselves so the Bastion of Twilight touches our right shoulder, but we're going to pass right by the Bastion of Twilight. We're going to cross over the top of Cannon's Inferno, and then we're going to go down into the Dunwalled Ruins and get the first Elder inside the Twilight Highlands. These next two Elders count towards the Elders of Cataclysm, but they're on Eastern Kingdoms, and it makes a nice trajectory when we go towards the Hinterlands, like a really nice trajectory. There's also no Elders in Hillsbrad Foothills nor Arathi Highlands, for whatever reason. Alright, we passed through the Twilight Citadel, and then we're coming up on Cannon's Inferno. We want to veer slightly to the left, ever so slightly to the left. That way we can pass by these two juts of rocks with this middle one in the middle. And as we look down, there's the Dunwall Ruins. If we're flying northeast, just keep on going until you see a road that looks like a V, and that's where the Elder is. You see that road? See that road right there? See, it makes a V, maybe the letter C if you're looking at it from this direction. The Elder is in that C, or V, or square, or whatever you want to call it. The Elder is right here. Come on, where's my cursor? There we go. Alright, now the fun part. If we turn and look towards the hill, you can kind of make out that there's three houses right up there. My cursor is circling those three houses. You want to aim your character for the middle house of those three houses. That'll put you on the proper trajectory and the proper elevation for the next Elder. I'm just going to move my cursor down there where it's out of the way. And as I zoom up, you can kind of see there's three houses right there, and that's what I'm aiming for, is that middle house. And the Elder is actually standing on this little bluff that comes out of the houses, like this little balcony area. The Elder is right here. Bring my cursor over if I can. And talk to the Elder, get our next. Okay. As we leave this Elder, we want to fly high enough to where we can see the zone boundary up there. Alright. This tree right here is Ceridane in the Hinterlands. And you see how the mountain range comes across and then it makes this V right here? You want to aim directly for this V in the mountains. And if we play our cards right, we will be flying over Jintha Allure, the troll city of Jintha Allure, and then the Elder will be just beyond. There is going to be a massive fatigue zone we're going to be flying over, and the fatigue will almost be empty before we reach safety and it fills up and disappears. So here we go, flying out of the Twilight Highlands toward the Hinterlands. There's no Elders in Arathi or Hillsbrad. And here's the beginning of the fatigue zone, and it's going to be a while, almost to the end of the fatigue zone, before we get to safety. So that fatigue bar will almost be empty by the time we get to safety. We are now crossing the Continental Divide, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 9 Elders left. We should be getting close. Yeah, 66 plus 9 makes 75. We're almost done. I should have opened up all of those envelopes from our Kalimdor run, but I didn't do that. See, check it out. We are flying over the troll city of Jintha Allure. Cool, right? Once we get past this city, flying northwest, you'll see a little tiny yellow dot in a hillside. That's where the Elder is. All right, see that? See what I'm talking about? Right below my character, it's that. If I fly forward, it's this little yellow dot right there below my character. that's where the elder is right on that little yellow dot. It's like a yellow rock being lit by the sun or whatever. I don't know. And we'll bring our cursor over to talk to him. There we go. Okay. At this point, let me tell you, there are 2 ways that you can do these last 8 elders. You can do Eastern Plaguelands first by doing Crown Guard Tower, Light's Hope Chapel, and Stratholme, and then go to the Weeping Cave and Kyodaro. But if you do that, it takes literally 3 minutes longer than doing Western Plaguelands, then Eastern Plaguelands, then Tirisfal. So the route I'm going to show you is the quickest way to do these last 8 elders. Here we go. As you leave this elder, look to the far right, this first opening in the top of the hillside. You want to aim for that, and that will put you on a collision course with Kyodaro. And what we're going to do when we get this next elder, I'm going to open up all those lucky red envelopes so we have room so we can get all the loot we're going to be getting in Stratholme, because Stratholme has so many monsters that there's no way to get through there without attracting any of them. So we're going to attract all of them, drag them to the elder, kill them at the elder, loot them all, get the elder, and then our run out will be virtually clean and empty. So come over here to Kyodaro, and the elder is hiding up on the parapets up on the barracks. So talk to the elder right here. And then when you leave, you want to be facing away from the elder, fly up to the top. You can see the Thondaril River. Just fly parallel to the river over the tops of the trees. When the trees start turning brown, they're green right now. When they start turning brown, veer to the left and enter the Weeping Cave. So the trees right below us are still green, still green, still green. Oh, but look, look, look. You can see a brown tree coming up onto us, and the Weeping Cave is right to the left of that brown tree, because here's more brown trees, and here's the Weeping Cave. We're going to travel inside. We're going to have to kill this guy. Come on, loot him. Seriously, I have to... Oh my gosh. I hate that this cursor won't disappear, so I can't just use my right joystick as the mouse cursor. It's so annoying. I actually have to have the cursor hovering over the character to loot. It's so annoying. Even have to do it for the elder too. It's ugh. I hate Broadcaster because it won't let the cursor disappear and transfer the mouse to my right joystick. It's just so fucking annoying. Alright, once you have Elder Meadow run out of Weeping Cave. When you get to this point right here, you can actually mount up. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn hard to the left, and you're going to fly right up Thondaril River, and you're going to cross the mountains to the right here, keeping this taller peak to your right, and you're going to enter the Eastern Plaguelands right near Stratholme. See, and that streak in the sky as you turn to the right is Stratholme. You can see the slaughterhouse right there, that stupid thing with the 4 spikes coming up out of it. Stratholme is just beyond that stupid ziggurat looking thing. See, there's the gates of Stratholme. And we are going to go inside, and before we begin the dungeon, we're going to open up all of our lucky envelopes to clear up inventory space for what we're about to do to finish off this continent. All right, here we are inside Stratholme. We're going to reset recount, open up our bags, and we are going to open all of these envelopes, because our bags are just clogged with these things. These are all the envelopes from visiting all the elders we've done over the course of our last 2 videos. And we go from having only 7 spots available in our inventory to having 53 spots available in our inventory. Alright, as you can see, there are a shit ton of enemies we're just going to avoid. We're not going to even try to avoid them. We're just going to use our Divine Steed, which lasts for 4 seconds. When you get down to the end of it, we're going to turn to the right, and we're going to go into Festival Lane from King Square. You're going to have to cross these 2 portcullis. And for some odd reason, by crossing them, it draws your weapon, so you can just sheathe your weapon, and then turn to the left again, and you're going to get slowed or hamstringed and just rotted and stuff. It's kind of a drag to get to the Elder, but try and run as fast as you can. If you're on a class that can run really fast, that's even better. But we're going to line of sight all the spellcasters, because the Elder's right here. We're going to drop a consecration, and everybody that comes around the corner is going to die in the consecration. And with the death of that last guy, we can now talk to our Elder. And then we can loot all these guys. And I love AoE looting. And now, as we leave Stratholme, our route out is clean and clear and no monsters. And we can just run our way out. It's so nice, right? This is what I was talking about when we were flying towards Kyodaro. Alright, here's the first portcullis. Here's the second portcullis. We'll sheath our weapon, and we will just run all the way out. As you get to the front of Stratholme, you want to turn to the left. Don't go out that right portal. You want to go out that portal right there, because our next stop is Light's Hope Chapel, and by exiting on this side, it puts us on the proper side, and we can just fly right towards Light Hope's Chapel. So here we go. Fly up and over the top of this round spiky thing. You'll see Archerus, the Ebon Hold over there. You see this mountain right here? It's on the right side of my character. You want to fly right near that mountain, but keep it on your right, and then just beyond that mountain, it's barely coming into view now. There is Eastguard Tower right over there. You want to keep that to your right, and you will be on the correct trajectory for Light's Hope Chapel. So just put that tower right so your shoulder just barely kisses the side of that tower, and you're on the correct trajectory for Light's Hope Chapel. Right below my character, it's kind of coming into view. The chapel steeple's right there, and Light's Hope Chapel is right there, but we're on the correct trajectory for Light's Hope Chapel. You can really see it coming into view now. Next Elder is right there. There's only this one plus 4 more on this entire continent, and it's all the Elders we need to get our next upgrade token. So we'll fly right over here against this wall is our next Elder. Elder Snow Crown. And we level up to level 48. Beautiful. Alright, as we leave Light's Hope Chapel, veer all the way to the west, and you're looking for, look at that, it looks like a rook out of chess. This right here, this piece right here looks like a rook in chess. You want to fly towards that tower, but keep the tower on your right shoulder, because the entrance to that tower is on the opposite side, facing away from us. So we have to fly around that tower and in to talk to the next Elder. So yeah, just keep that tower on your right, but fly towards the tower, just letting it kiss your right shoulder. That is Crown Guard Tower. Alright, we're going to go inside and then make sure that you're talking to the Elder and not Carlin Redpath, who is the quest giver. Alright, as we leave Crown Guard Tower, you can see a couple of hills in our future. There's this hill right here on the far right, this hill slightly in front of that, and this hill off in the distance. We want to keep that hill off in the distance right on our right shoulder, and we're going to fly straight out, and that will put us on the correct trajectory for Brill. But we're going to fly all the way across the rest of the Eastern Plague Lands, all of the Western Plague Lands, and into Tirisfal Glades. Now, I have done the route where from the Hinterlands I go into Eastern Plague Lands, do those 3, and then do the 2 in Western Plague Lands, and then fly over to Brill. Because of the length of time it takes to get from Lightshope Chapel to Strathholm, and then from Strathholm to Weeping Cave, and Weeping Cave to Kyardaro, and then Kyardaro to the Bulwark and into Brill, it actually takes almost 3 minutes longer to do Eastern Plague Lands, Western Plague Lands, Tirisfal, than it does to do the way that I just showed you, doing Western Plague Lands first, then Eastern Plague Lands, and then you do a straight shot all the way to Brill. It just goes faster because you get more elders, and it's like 3 minutes faster. You would think it wouldn't be. It's like it's almost counterintuitive that it is, but it works and it's faster this way. That elder is just hovering, not the elder, but the cursor is just hovering right above my head. I don't want to move it, and then I have to move it back, and then I have to move it back again. It's just, ugh. I hate that Broadcaster forces the cursor to stay on the screen. I really do. Alright, as we make the transition into Tirisfal Glades, you will see that there's a patch of white right here. My cursor is circling it. That is Brill. So, what we're going to do... Oh my gosh. When I tell you to stop, I want you to stop. Don't move after I let go of you. Like, seriously, mouse. We're just going to aim our character right at that patch of white. That is Brill. And that is our next elder. Only 3 elders left. This one, Undercity, and the Sepulchre. And what's really fun, you can actually see the Sepulchre from the top of the tower in the ruins of Undercity. Or I should say the ruins of Lordaeron. Alright, there is our elder. He's right inside the gates of Brill. If you're an Alliance character, please be very careful, because there are guards that wander around Brill. Like this guy could possibly attack you. The guard right over here, he could attack you. Just be very careful if you're on your Alliance characters. Now, just fly due south, point yourself towards that dome. That's the throne room. That's where we're going. Fly down through the rafters right here. Fly down through the rafters and into the throne room. And our elder is right here standing next to King Taranis Manethel's throne. There's the elders of the Horde done. And the next elder will give us elders of the Eastern Kingdoms. Now, as we leave, you want to look towards where there's all these trees. And you'll notice that there are a set of 3 trees right here that are about the same height. These 3 trees right there, that is the Sepulchre. So as we aim towards those 3 trees, you'll see that we're crossing over the lake, and you'll see Fenris Isle on our left. And we're just going towards these 3 trees. See, there they are. There's the 3 trees that are about the same height. And if we just zoom up just a bit, you'll see a black shaft right there. That's the gates of the Sepulchre. So we're just going to point our guy right towards those 3 trees that back there, they look to be the same height. They still look to be the same height. And we will enter the Sepulchre. There, you can even see the gates of Sepulchre. Look at that. You can actually see the gates of Sepulchre as we enter Silver Pine Forest. It's so cool how this works. I love the geography of WoW and how you can see the landmarks you need to navigate without having to open your big map all the time. Now, if we played our cards right and did everything correctly, this elder will give us Elders of the Eastern Kingdoms and our 75th coin. There we go. Elders of the Eastern Kingdoms. I am now going to use one of my cloaks that teleports me directly to Orgrimmar, and I'm going to show you what I mean when I say the vendor that sells the fireworks in Orgrimmar is missing, because we have to pass right by where he normally sits to get to the moonlight. to go visit Valadar Starsong. I'm also going to open up all of those envelopes that we got from the last 6 or 5 or 6 or however many elders we got. Okay, we're in the portal room. I'm going to re-equip my regular gear. I'm going to run out of the portal room, and we're going to fly up on the bluff where we talked to the first elder in Kalimdor. And we're going to go visit Valadar Starsong and buy our next upgrade token. I'm going to show you all the prizes you can get for the Lunar Festival. So, sitting on this table, like there's supposed to be a goblin standing on top of that table to sell us the fireworks. Here's all the firework launchers. He's missing. He's not there. So there's no way for us to do the quest right here in Orgrimmar. That's why I did it in Dalaran, because there's a vendor there that sells us fireworks. All right, you want to stand inside this moonlight, open your bags, and click on the Lunar Festival invitation, and you will be teleported to the Moonglade. You can do this from any capital city, Ironforge, Stormwind, Silvermoon, doesn't matter. You stand in the greater moonlight and teleport to the Moonglade, and you'll see a big fat yellow arrow on our mini-map. You're going to follow that arrow right to Valadar Starsong. He's standing on this little platform on top of the lake over here, and when you get close to him, you dismount because you can't mount up on this platform. So we're going to talk to Valadar Starsong. We're going to turn our quest in. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. And we're just going to exit out of this. Now, his sister... So, if you talk to Valadar Starsong and you look at his wares, he has a festival lantern combat pet. He sells festival dresses, festival pantsuits, Lunar Festival fireworks pack. He sells toys for your Perky Blaster. He also sells these crowns for 25 each. Okay, you can buy these crowns with your tokens if you want. That's why it's nice to have multiple characters to do the routes on. You can just follow my videos on multiple characters and do the route again and again and again and get all the prizes. What Ferial has, this is interesting, she has patterns for engineers for all the different fireworks. So you can actually make fireworks for engineers. And then on page 2, she has an Everlasting Horde firework toy, an Everlasting Alliance firework toy, and then here's the 3 dragon heads, the 3 dragon bodies, and on the final page, the dragon tails. And then look at this, heirloom upgrade tokens for armor. We're going to buy one of these with the 75 tokens we had, and we are then going to upgrade our, we're going to change it from Retribution to all classes, and we're upgrading mail. So I need the mail pants, Tarnished Lake Plates of Destruction, and that'll be all the mail upgraded. So I now have plate, cloth, and mail fully upgraded. There's the plate shoulders, the mail shoulders, the cloth shoulders, and then I have the 3 main cloaks. I'm eventually going to get all these heirlooms upgraded. And then I have plate, mail, and cloth chest pieces with pants in plate, mail, and cloth. I have 1 weapon. I'm going to upgrade all these other weapons that are 59, like that one, this one right here. These 2 staves are 59. I'm going to upgrade those with the Valentine's event. I have my 3 main rings, actually 4 main rings. So I have this ring, that ring. Go to the next page. I have the Dread Pirate ring. I have all my necklaces upgraded. I have 2 trinkets upgraded. So I'm just in the process of upgrading all my heirloom items. But that is how you get 75 tokens. What is it? It's Alt Z. There we go. That's how you get 75 coins of ancestry. If I can just get my character to face correctly. There we go. That's how you get 75 tokens to get your upgrade tokens. Like 75 coins of ancestry to get upgrade tokens. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, rate me a like. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you always know when new content comes out. Also, please tell your friends about me so they can come and they can enjoy these videos and enjoy the adventures just as much as you do. Finally, and most importantly of all, please remember this. World of Warcraft is just a game, and games are meant to be fun, and you're supposed to have fun while playing them. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Meet me back here next time. I'm going to be on my main paladin, Zan, that you've seen in all the other WoW videos. I'm going to show you where all the other elders are. If you have followed my guide, let me open up my achievement pane. If you have followed my guide, you got all this done. The one elders we don't have done is Elders of the Cataclysm. There's 3 of them. There's Elder Stonebranch in the Temple of Earth, Elder Moonface in Vashj'ir, and Elder Deepforge in Deepholm. So there's 2 in Deepholm, 1 in Vashj'ir. I'll show you where those are. And then the Elders of the Dungeon, there is 5. There is Maradon, Utgard Keep, Azul Narub, Draktherin Keep, and Utgard Pinnacle. Yeah, we didn't. There's also Gundrak in there. So we're going to do those 5 elders plus those 3 elders in our next video. And you know what? I might just say screw it and do it on this guy. I'll go off screen and get the quest for Vashj'ir and show you how to actually get the elder in Vashj'ir. But I might do that on Zan. I'm not sure. But I'll show you where all those elders are, so you can then get them and get all your elders done, especially if you're going for the... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Especially if you're going for the achievement to honor one's elders, you have to do all those elders. I'll show you where they are in the next video. I hope you'll join me for that adventure. But until then, I'm Z, signing off.